is Samantha, and this will be a half-hour meditation class with a little bit of breath work. You will need a yoga mat, or if your floor is carpeted like mine, then you probably don't need it. And you'll also need a pretty thick, pretty juicy, small pillow, round or square, kind of like a decorative pillow, and a blanket, usually folded into a rectangular shape. And you'll set that pillow on top of the blanket. So we'll start out just laying on your backs, any comfortable position. Maybe your knees are bent, maybe they're splayed out, the arms are at the sides. Again, knees bent or out, or any position that's comfortable for the legs. Staying in that laying down position. I'll begin to just guide you through a gentle body scan so that you can begin to let the body, our outermost energetic layer or kosha, begin to settle, relax, come into the present moment. So first, maybe just wiggle the fingers, wiggle the wrists back and forth, maybe take the ankles from side to side. Maybe shake the legs out a little bit on the ground. Check that the shoulders are falling away from the ears. The teeth are separated top and bottom, and the mouth is just closed over the teeth. The tongue is just loose, falling away from the roof of the mouth. Check the brows, making sure they're not furrowed. Check the forehead. Are the brows lifting up to the hairline, or are they relaxed, smoothing out those soft thought lines? Maybe rock the head from left to right, giving the back of the head a little massage on the ground. Just want to overall feel completely loose, completely at peace, knowing that the earth is fully supporting you. And as you are ready, come into stillness in that Shavasana or final corpse pose. Noticing just how wonderful it feels to simply lay on the floor, free of any plans or obligations, free of the week that has gone by, and free of anything that is yet to come. While you're laying down, I'm going to read a passage from Tao Porchon Lynch, a wonderful yoga teacher who lived very, very long and who recently passed this year. This is from her book, Reflections, The Yogic Journey of Life. This sacred earth unfolds its secrets. The journey of life is all wrapped up within the darkness of our mind, like a tiny jigsaw puzzle that we can't put together. Little do we realize that the miracle of the dawn of life is right inside of us, ready to be explored. It is as though it is hidden tightly, encased in the depth of the earth. Let us explore that earth, and we will find it a treasure trove of jewels, metals and materials to shelter us, the fruits of nature to feed us, and awaken our soul to the wonders of this universe. Let the incredible power of nature sprout all the seeds of life, as it does with all the colors of flowers, and the beauty of trees will spring forth from its breast as it awakens within us and finds all the ingredients are waiting to be used. Then they will light up the dawn of inward seeing, its advertisements spread throughout our mind. Why are we hesitating and fearfully clasping negative thoughts, allowing them to materialize? What is the solution? Let us look into our minds and not allow ourselves to materialize the negative aspect. As we experience the life energy flowing upwards, like the sap moves upwards in the trunk of trees, let it open the door to realizing that power is not somewhere out in space, but within us. And we will materialize the beauty of this universe and open the pages to become conscious of why we are on this earth. Let all our desires unfold into the reality of living. Don't live in the past. Don't live in the future. Live today. Tomorrow never comes. Continuing to feel the entire backside of your body sinking into the earth. Slowly, and as you are ready, begin to bring movement back into the fingers and the toes, maybe rubbing the thumb against the fingertips, maybe taking the head from left to right, preparing to come back into a seated position, taking one arm up overhead, the knees into the chest, and letting the body fall on over to your favorite side. Taking a moment here in the fetal position. And then with your bottom hand, slowly press yourself all the way back up to seated. We'll prepare our meditation seat. So taking that blanket and then again the pillow right on top of it. We'll take our sit bones onto the middle of the pillow. Our legs are crossed in front of us, heel lined up with heel. So this isn't your typical cross-legged position, but really trying to let the legs come out and line up the heels. You'll kind of slide your sit bones down the pillow to the edge so that now you feel the knees reaching towards the earth. We'll feel our pelvis tucked, the belly just slightly engaged to protect the lower back. From our hips all the way up, it is as if we are standing. So we feel our hip bones, our shoulders, our ears, all lined up within the same plane. One long straight line of energy from the sacrum, through the middle spine, up through the neck, and out through the crown of the head. This is our typical meditation pose. It's called Burmese pose. However, if this does not suit you, another great option is to take your pillow over the blanket and kneel with your knees on either side of that pillow. This is a lot more comfortable for many people, but we've still got a nice stable base. The point of all these detailed seated instructions is so that we are not bothered by our physical body during our meditation. We want to be able to hold the position and not fidget too much because that might take us away from the present moment. So trying that out, if that serves you better, staying there. And then of course, I know for some people, these are both impossible. Seated on a chair is absolutely fine. You can sit on the chair. Usually you want your hips towards the edge and making sure your legs are in a nice 90-degree angle, coming off of the chair, knees on top of ankles. So that's another great option too if you're worried that since we will be meditating for at least 10 to 15 minutes, staying still, that a chair might serve you better. So I'll come back into my Burmese pose. Seat in the middle of the pillow, knees reaching towards the earth as I slide off, shoulders away from the ears, dripping down the back. And we'll practice our 3-part Dirga Pranayama first, our 3-part yogic breath. So we'll take the left hand to the belly and the right hand to the heart. I usually like to place the left hand's middle finger right on top of the belly button. So our Dirga Pranayama is a 3-part breath that has 3 parts to the inhale and 3 parts to the exhale. This breath is the breath that actually fills our fullest lung capacity. Typically, when we walk around in our days, we are not even using half of the lung capacity that we have. So we're not getting all of the oxygen that we could possibly get, and therefore we don't feel so alive and wonderful. So we practice this fuller breath to get all of the energy into the body. So on our inhales, we feel the belly expand, the rib cage widen, and the chest lift. On the exhales, the collarbone falls, the ribs contract, the belly button comes back to the spine. Inhaling, belly fills, lungs fill, heart lifts. Exhaling, heart falls, ribcage contracts, belly empties. Inhaling, tummy fills, lungs widen, collarbones rise up just a bit, and exhaling, heart falls, ribcage contracts, tummy empties. Continuing this breath at your own pace. You can have the eyes closed, or maybe they're simply in a downcast gaze, not focusing on anything. The eyes are very soft. The mind wanders away. Simply shepherd it back to your inhales and exhales. Inhaling belly, lungs, heart. Exhaling heart, lungs, belly. Typically, this breath is done in and out through the nose. However, if you are congested or the nose breathing is simply not comfortable, the mouth is just fine. Take 3 more rounds of this big open breath. On your next inhale, after those are complete, simply open up the palms to the sky in mid-air. This is our Swaha Mudra, allowing us to gain all of the energy that we just created around our space. Feeling the breath continuing to start in the belly. Not focusing too much on the 3 parts, but the breath definitely begins in the abdomen. Releasing the hands down. If you are taking the cross-legged position, switch out the cross of the legs, taking the opposite heel in front. Building that straight spine again. Maybe rocking the head a bit from left to right. Or maybe taking full head circles. Allow our hands to come into our meditative mudra, our dhyana mudra. So the left hand comes into or in front of the body, palm up. The right hand comes on top. And we line up the tops of the fingers with the ball of the hand. So that little spot right below where the fingers and the palm meet. We gently take the thumbs together, just lightly touching, fingernails barely touching, no pressure or pressing. So we create a little circle shape, our cosmic mudra. The arms are not resting on the sides or the legs. They're mid-air, the elbows about as if there was an egg between the elbows and the body. We will lift our shoulders up to the ears and let them fall back down. We'll take a downcast gaze, looking maybe 2 feet in front of us, and allowing the eyes to soften and blur, not focused. Really, everything in the body here is just effortless. The mouth is closed or open if needed. The teeth are separate, and the tip of the tongue comes behind the top teeth. Setting up this way to let our body almost flow away from us. We don't need our body for meditation, so we want to get it in a very equal, calm state. The crown lifts tall and the chin tucks a little bit. So once we start our meditation, we have one goal: to simply stay in the present. So what that means is as our thoughts come in, which they always will, the goal is not to have no thoughts here. But as the thoughts come in, we stay focused on them and fully aware. And we ask ourselves, is that thought useful? Often, it is not useful right now. It has nothing to do with sitting on our pillow and a blanket and trying to become one with the present moment. Often the thoughts maybe are even a bit self-deprecating. Mine often are. We definitely don't need that kind of negativity right now. But if our thoughts are about how sad we feel in this current time for all those that are suffering, or how happy we feel that we've got a beautiful weekend ahead of us. Any emotional thoughts, we notice them and we ask ourselves why we're having that thought. And if it's a good one, maybe we just bask in it. So we simply become aware. And by practicing this awareness of our thoughts, we train our mind to increase good, useful thoughts and to let go of the unuseful, negative ones. It doesn't mean that those thoughts won't come up, they always will. But we train our minds to let go quickly. As we practice this more, you'll let go of those thoughts more and more quickly. And so then you'll simply become more peaceful and joyous. It doesn't mean that you'll win the lottery tomorrow or be able to live your life out on an island, but simply that you notice the joy and peace that exists within the gift of the present moment. Taking the eyes to the floor. Creating that tall spine. We'll begin our meditation with the sound of one Om. You are welcome to join me or simply listen to the vibration. Being here, breathing from the belly, watching our thoughts. into this space. It goes on. Allow the hands to open and fall on the lap, and bringing them to either side of the body, sweeping them out and up, looking up at the sky, bringing the hands down to heart center in gratitude. May the sun bring you new energy by day. May the moon softly restore you by night. May the rain wash away your worries. May you walk gently through the world and know all its beauty all the days of your life. Thank you so much for meditating with me today. Namaste.